Well, listen, let me introduce a young lady. She's really beautiful. Pizzazz Records has an album out entitled Just a Moment More with Misty Moore. And it's a heck of a good idea, and that's what we're going to do right now is welcome this really lovely girl, Miss Misty Moore. Here she is.
You can tell by the manner of a man, by the shape of his head, it has been said. You can tell if his character is fine by a line in his hand. I understand, but my own method of judging people I meet is by the way they wear the shoes on their feet. There's the kind of walk you walk when the world's undone you. There's a kind of walk you walk when you're walking proud. There's a kind of walk you walk when the neighbors shun you. There's a kind of walk you walk when you're above the crowd. There's a kind of walk you walk when somebody loves you. Oh, that's very much like walking on a cloud. Good fortune found you happy, and your life's a happy Valentine. When you're walking happy, don't the ruined world seem fine. There's a kind of walk you walk when you feel like crowing. There's a kind of walk you walk when you're on your way. There's a kind of walk you walk when your pride is showing. There's a kind of walk you walk when today is your day. There's a kind of walk you walk when your world's all rainbow. And you're my coffee like a popinjay. Well, you had best a little bit coffee. You'll find that life is good snappy. The day you learn that rockin' happy gives your world a shine. So just keep walking happy. Keep walking brisk and snappy. Keep walking with your hand in mine.
Well, you look very pretty in your it's a yellow dress you're wearing there.
Thank you. Can you tell it's yellow?
Yes, if you have color eyes, yeah.
Colored eyes.
Beautiful.
Thank you very
You're in
much.
contrast here now with Janice. Which do you prefer?
Black
do you
and
prefer
yellow. I love that combination.
No, there's a difference in the way you look. In the.
Oh, I see.
What do you prefer? Do you prefer the more the evening dress or the more
like
informal
both.
wear? What do you like? What do you like best?
I tell you, I really love informal wear.
You like it?
Yeah. I have to say that.
Well,
It depends
Well, I
on
mean,
what
this
you
isn't
do.
bad if you know, I mean...
well, from where
It's a
I'm
whole
looking,
different-
I like this
it's a
kind
whole-
of an outfit.
Really?
Wee.
Why do you think he put her in the middle?
You know, Janice and I were talking, and you probably had this brought up to you many times. You have a strong resemblance to Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Really, darling? I knew it. I wouldn't believe it. I never hear that. Never.
But it's
I don't
amazing.
know you, lady.
And you do a great impersonation, too.
Oh, I just fool around. I've never been able to do an impersonation of anybody, but I heard this so much. I hear it about 10 times a day. So just for the fun of it, I started taping her voice whenever I would see her on television or her sister, and I would listen to it, and I finally learned how to twist the tongue a little bit and do it. So I've had lots of fun with it ever since. because I remember one day I was walking through this hotel with my mother, and we were walking along, and there were a bunch of businessmen standing over in this one section, and this one fellow went, "Hey, there's one of the Gabors." And, you know, I heard it, and I picked up on it, so I said, "Well, Mother, don't you think we should go over here to this shop?" And they said, "Oh, it is." Of course, I don't think I really look like them, and thank goodness I don't have their accent, or I'd be dead. It never worked, you know, in this business. But another thing I have fun with when I'm in elevators, and
really?
for example, yes.
Dress this way in elevators?
Well, what happens?
Going up
you
and
know,
coming down.
well, either way, you know, I work in a lot of hotels with big showrooms, and I'll be going to my room to make a change, and sometimes people get in the elevator and they're standing there, and I'm still in my long gown, see, and I'm covered up a little bit, but they look at me and they start looking at each other and say, "Doesn't she look like the Gabors?" And so I'll stand there and they say, "You're not one of the Gabors, are you?" I'll just look, and about that time it'll be time for me to get off the elevator, and I'll say, "Good night, darlings." And so they, you know, I just have my little fun with it.
Yeah. I understand you just made a tour with my favorite guy of all time, Tony Bennett.
Yes, my favorite
where did you
singer,
go?
too. We went to Tokyo and did some concerts over there, and we sang to mostly all Japanese people, but we did entertain some of the troops, too. And from there, I went on by myself with my conductor to Okinawa, Hiroshima, Taipei, Hong Kong, Manila, and Bangkok.
Didn't you run into a little trouble in Manila? A little frightening experience?
I ran into a frightening experience going from Taipei to Manila in an airplane. It was my first typhoon. And, you ever been in a typhoon? Or
I've been at the tail end of one, yeah. My old nightclub days.
Well, it was. The wings were flapping.
It's the worst thing in the world. Have you ever heard that?
I
So old planes all over the sky.
I know.
But the noise is what's frightening. And what's worse is when there's a lady sitting next to you, and she pulls out her rosary beads. And I'm thinking, oh, I hope you're listening to her prayers. Then I look around, and I see these people all over the plane. They're sitting there like just hanging on, and the stewardesses are grabbing these little bags and running up and down with these bags. And I was thinking, where's my conductor? I looked up the aisle, and, you know, he's bald-headed. And his head is usually normal looking. But I looked, and it was white, like a ghost. And I kept watching him, and he wouldn't turn around. So when we finally got to Taipei, I mean, everyone was so relieved. We stepped off the plane and were drenched, you know, with the winds and all. And I asked him, I said, "Were you scared at all?" He said, "Scared?" He says, "I was afraid to turn around because I didn't want you to see me." The look of love is in your eyes. The look your smile can't disguise. The look of love is saying so much more than just words could ever say. And what my heart has heard, well, it takes my breath away. Oh, I can hardly wait to hold you, put my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found lovers'